He's here. He's here. You guys ready? Welcome, as we call to order, the regular rescheduled council meeting on this, the 12th day of September 2023 at 6:03 p.m. And call the meeting to order at this time. We do have a quorum present. All legal notices have been posted where they need be, and so that makes us ready to start. Mayor Pro Tem Henry Pace will lead us in the invocation, and I'll lead us in the pledges. And face the flags. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Okay, it's time for citizens' comments. Cheryl, do we have anyone signed up to make a comment? Okay, thank you. We'll move on past that. Time for presentations and announcements at this time. We do have three proclamations here up on the header. The first one would be the National Night Out Proclamation. I think Charles is here. Helton, you want to say anything about that? Yes. Let's give Bonnie a big hand. Bonnie, would you like to say something to us? Yeah? Oh, okay. Just checking. Just checking.
Move along.
Just checking. Moving right along. So the next proclamation is Paint the Town Pink proclamation. Oh, you think? Rusty, that has been a very successful program, and I hope you continue to progress with that and keep that up. So, yeah, just stay up. Don't sit down, because the next one, item number 3, would be Fire Prevention Week proclamation. So tell us about that just a little bit. Well, month, yeah. It says week, but I know it's month. Okay. Well, thank y'all so very much. All right, we'll move now to the consent agenda. Any item on the consent agenda will be considered all in one clean sweep with a vote. Any questions considering any of these items from the council? That'd be item number 4, 5, 6, and 7. They'll all be on the consent agenda at this time. If we have no questions or comments from the council, I'd like to hear a motion to approve. You can. Go ahead.
They're the same as they were last year.
Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
year, we added Juneteenth, and it's the same as it was last year.
But that was last year also. Oh, okay, okay. Well, then, we added it for you, I guess, since you're back. Okay. Okay. Any more questions from the council? Do I hear a motion to approve? Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, none opposed. Consent agenda stands approved at this time. We'll now move to council business regular session. Item number 8 is consideration and possible action awarding a bid for the HVAC system for Central Fire Station. I believe we've got Mr. Holland here, and we've also got Rusty for a backup if we need him.
Conditioning repair, air conditioning repairs to some of the ductwork that's going up. We advertised and put the bid. That work. We did not ask that contractor to bid them, so we wanted to get the contractor that did the previous membrane.
Do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion to approve. 60,000.
Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
None opposed? All right. Item number 8 stands approved. Thank you, Neil. Item number 9 on the agenda is consideration and possible action upon ordinance 2023-09-04 of the City of Henderson, Texas, authorizing the issuance and sale of City of Henderson, Texas tax notes, Series 2023, in the approximate aggregate principal amount of $2 million for street improvements, levying a tax payment thereof, awarding the sale thereof, authorizing execution and delivery of a paying agent agreement and a note purchase agreement, approving a bond conciliation agreement letter, and enacting other provisions relating to this subject. I think Mr. Abercrombie and Arnall, Karen could answer any questions on this, and we have a spokesperson here directly. I think so. What? Just take one.
Mayor and Council, Jason Hughes with Hilltop Securities. It's great to be with you tonight. And what is going around is just a very brief summary of the sale that we undertook actually yesterday. And so this is for tax notes. And what we did is we put these out for bank bids, and we invited any qualified bank to submit a bid yesterday. And as you can see, we did get 2 bids, with that top bid being from Webster Bank at a 4.44%. So very happy with that bid. One of the things that we've seen is a little bit of a decrease as far as the number of banks bidding, just given that the Feds raise interest rates for some time now. But I had been modeling, just to give you an idea, at 5% for these tax notes. So for it to come in at 4.44%, again, very happy with that. And you can see that that actually beat the next bid by about $16,000. So $16,000 less in debt service being paid. What we're asking for your approval tonight is a final par amount of $2,055,000, and that will generate $2 million to the city for project proceeds. These tax notes are also callable, and all that simply means is you could pay them off if you had funds on hand, or you could refinance them like you'd refinance your home mortgage if rates go down in the future. So assuming your approval tonight, these are scheduled to close October 12th, and that's because we're going to send these to the Texas AG's office. That office reviews all public bond sales within the state of Texas. So that's roughly a 30-day process for that to happen. You see down at the very bottom, the sources and uses of funds. The way that the tax notes are set up is that they're self-contained in the sense that all of the cost of issuance are included within the tax note proceeds. So you're not having to come out of your general fund or any other city fund. And if you'll turn with me to the following page, as you can see here, this is your debt service. That interest rate, assuming your approval is set, it is fixed, and so it won't change over the life of the tax notes. And you pay principal one time a year and then interest twice a year. So you can see their principal is paid on August 15th each year, and then you have February 15th and August 15th payments. And then you can see that fiscal year in total over on the left-hand side. This does fit within the tax rate and within the budget that you're scheduled to approve tonight. So we did make sure that we sized it according to that. So with that, that is my presentation. The one thing that I would point out is your bond counsel is here. It's Henderson's own Julie Partain. And so happy to have her here as well. And she can certainly answer any of the legal questions if you have any legal questions.
Council, take your time and look that over, and if you have any questions. Done a lot of business with Hilltop in the past. They've always been very successful.
Thank you.
hear a motion to approve?
Ordinance 2023-0904.
Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
None opposed. Item number 9 stands carried. Thank you so very much. Number 10 on the agenda is consideration and possible action upon the second reading of ordinance 0901-2023, adopting the proposed 2023-2024 budget.
Mayor, council, this is the final one. The final one. It's been a long process. Karen, thank you so much for all your work. Directors and staff, thank you for all your work on this budget. It's been a long process. I think we started this in April. So we're already started the audit. So, and then we'll do this again. That's how it works every time. We kind of joke about that, but there's been a lot of work put into this. Thank you, Jason and Julie, for your work here, getting us to the finish line, and what we would need to do to get some funding to continue the progress that we want to do with our phases with streets and the street repair. We still have some more to do, obviously, but that was a big step. But this is the second and final reading of the ordinance and passage of the 2023-2024 budget. No changes in the budget from last week other than what was noted in last week's meeting with the addition of this tax note.
Do I hear a motion to approve? Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Okay, none opposed. Item number 10 stands approved. Move to item number 11 now. Consideration and possible action upon the second reading of ordinance 0902-2023, adopting the proposed tax rate. Mr. Abercrombie?
Okay, same, yeah. So we've, again, achieved the goal of keeping the tax rate flat like we've been working towards this whole time. And so I'm happy to say that it is. I think it's, I can't remember, what's the number, 0.0002 lower than it was. So right flat with where we anticipated it to be in the end.
Questions from the council? If not, do I hear a motion to approve? Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Okay, none opposed. Item number 11 stands approved. Item number 12 on the agenda is consideration upon the first reading of ordinance 2023-0903, canceling the November the 7th, 2023 municipal election, declaring the unopposed applicants as the council members for districts 1, 4, and 5. Cheryl is celebrating tonight.
Touchdown.
Yeah, we do not have to vote on that. That's the first reading, but we'll vote on it next time. Move to item number 13 on the agenda. That's consideration and possible action to approve an application replatting a 10.227 tract known as the LSD subdivision within the city's ETJ. Mr. Hughes, I think you may have some information on that.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. First off, we'll correct a typo on the agenda. This property is not in the ETJ. It is within the city limits.
Okay.
On that, apologize for that. We platted this LSD subdivision in May of 2019 when Michael Bell bought the property as the complete 10-acre, 10.227 acres. He wishes now to divide that property up, and so it'd make it a little easier for him to sell those 5-acre tracts versus a full 10-acre tract and get 2 homes in there instead of 1. Our staff has looked at this and recommend that the replat be approved by council if it's y'all so desire, and I'll answer any questions if you have any. It's right out past, going out of town towards Wiley Elementary. It's that little private drive that goes up on the left, up the hill there. It's an easement. We have utility easement through there. There's several houses already back up in there. The city does not maintain that driveway. The water and sewer taps are down on the street level, so any house that's built there would have to bring their utilities down to the cities. The city's not taking their stuff up the hill. But utilities are available for these lots.
Do I hear a motion to approve? Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Okay, none opposed. Item number 13 stands approved. Thank you, Billy. Item number 14, consideration and possible action upon Resolution 2023-09-05, nomination to the Russ County Appraisal District Board of Directors for the 2024-25 term. Mr. Abercrombie's name by this.
So I'll explain it. Let me take it over. Let me take that one.
I could, yeah.
It's just the nomination process. The board members, all of them that were on the board, existing members, have agreed to do another term unless we would want to nominate a different person for it. Now, this resolution actually has these members to be nominated back on the board. So if you're not willing to have each one of those members on there, then we wouldn't want to approve it. Yes. Let me grab that
I think
attachment.
they were in your packet, yeah. Yeah,
Got it? Okay.
we do this every year, and we, as a council, have a certain number of votes that we can apply to these. If we like it like it is, we just apply those votes across the board. Always been rather fluid that we can just do it that way.
Yeah, and this is just the nominations whenever.
This is nomination.
Yes, next month, by the 15th, I believe, they'll
Get
have
right
to
down
have
to it.
some ballots out for the actual voting.
Right. Okay. The ones that are coming up for a revote. Highly qualified, all of them. They've done a good job. Have a motion to accept? Second. Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Item number 14 stands approved. Item number 15 on the agenda is next. That's consideration and possible action upon amending the HEDCO bylaws. Mr. Clary's here, and he can speak on this for a moment and
Not very long.
answer any questions.
Right. So changing to type B from a type A, we had to make some changes in the bylaws. Not very much. Mostly has to do with the terms of officers. Because under type A, an officer served 3-year terms, and under type B, the state guidelines are a 2-year term. And so with our 7-person board, one member is going to continue to be a banker. We've always had 1-year terms for the bankers, but they're also going to go to a 2-year term. and, but they'll keep the rotation that we've had before. And then our regular board members are going to go to a 2-year term, which means 3 terms are going to come out of the 7 members. So one's the banker term for the other 6, 3 of them are going to come up every year for renewal. And so the council will have the option of choosing to renew or appoint somebody else on those 3. And so, so that was the main change. We've always had term limits, and the board voted to approve a set of bylaws that didn't have term limits, and thought that would be a good idea. And there's arguments either way on that, but anyway, so that's what you have before you is those changes, and I'll stop there. If y'all have any questions, I'm here to answer them.
Talked about this from a staff standpoint and with their board and the changes we thought we had already gone through this process a while back because we went through a lot of type A to type B stuff. But the last piece was the bylaws that really just needed to be done. And so really the only change, the major change in the end, I say major, would be the moving from 3-year terms to 2-year terms, and then the idea was, again, that there wouldn't be any term limits. In other words, somebody couldn't term out. So if you've got somebody willing to serve and they're good, they can continue to serve, but they'll always just be able to serve at council's pleasure. Council always has the ability to nominate and appoint whoever you want on that board, just like you do the rest of the committees. So we agree, think the bylaws look good. So
I hear motion to approve. Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Okay. None opposed? Well, now's the time for departmental reports. I think, council, you can see all of the departments here that have a report possibly in your packet. If not, well, the manager or director's here or something. You could ask questions, whatever you might need to do. And that also, we have to look at the boards and commissions, the minutes. We did have a Board of Adjustments and a Planning and Zoning meeting and a Cemetery Board meeting and a Main Street meeting and Preservation meeting. So any of those that need to be addressed, now's the time to questions being asked. We are not having an executive session this evening. And so at this time at 6:32, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. Okay, do I hear a second? Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Okay, none opposed. We stand adjourned at 6:33 p.m. Thank you very much.